Hello, in this section we'll talk about the Aircore EC product range as well as our unique motor selection tool. To start with, Infinitum has four frame sizes: the IES 205, 180, 150, and 130. Very broadly or very generally, that refers to the diameter of each motor. The way our motors work is each frame size has a certain torque limitation. And so, for example, the IES 205 has a torque limit of 50 newton meters of torque. Within that, we can do a 10-1800, a 15 horsepower 2400, a broad range of different motor ratings within that envelope. One of the other unique aspects of our technology is with the integrated drive. Through software, we can flash the firmware and update the motor to a unique operating point. A unique operating point allows you as a user to reduce the input current for that particular motor. As an example, if we were to take a 10 horsepower 1800 RPM motor, which draws normally 12 amps, and flash update that to 6 horsepower 1200, the input current would be reduced from 12 amps down to 6. Now if you have a data center or a warehouse distribution center using hundreds of thousands of motors, instead of each motor drawing that 12 amps, it's drawing 6 amps, all your upstream equipment can be optimized and the cost could be reduced. This also allows you to simplify your inventory SKUs. So a little bit more detail, the four frames that we have all share a couple of common features. They're all standard NEMA shaft and C-face dimensions, all have a common VFD architecture, including common communications and I/O. The custom nameplating options are available in all four frames. They all have IP54 rating and are rated for -20 up to 40 degrees C. We can go above 40 degrees on a as-needed basis. We have a way of derating the motor. And then they all have a 200,000 hour L10 bearing life. And on the table on your right is further definition on some of the specific SKUs that we have. But again, we custom nameplate to anything within this range. Give you a brief introduction to our motor selection tool. So on our website, there's a tool that allows you to input the specific needs of your application. So for example, 5.9, 1225 RPM, it might be the requirements for your application. The tool then outputs a custom motor with the details of that particular motor, or gives you the option of selecting a standard off-the-shelf motor. In either case, you have the ability to download the data sheet and the drawing associated with that motor. And then on the bottom, we also offer additional motors that are compatible with that operating point. So in this example, we have a 15 horsepower that can also operate at that custom operating point. Alternatively, we'll also have our sales team that are always available to help support your efforts in selecting the right motor.